I'm going to show you how to use a handmade stencil to decorate a tag, building and creating layers with nothing more than ink. So we're going to use Ranger's Distress Inks in Spiced Marmalade, Shabby Shutters, Mustard Seed, Stormy Sky, and Dusty Concord. So I'm going to start by just adding some color around the edges of my tag, starting on the non-stick craft sheet, working into my project, just a nice soft swirly motion. And I'll go around and add several different colors to this tag, blending as I go. This is Shabby Shutters we're adding now, and that was Spiced Marmalade in the beginning. And we'll add a little bit of Mustard Seed, one of my favorite colors. And as you can see, by layering the inks, we're also creating new colors. And we'll add a little bit of blue. This is Stormy Sky. Okay, that should work. Now I have this stencil that I cut from the Tim Holtz Sizzix Tattered Doily die. I cut it on glossy cardstock, and then I ran it through my Xyron 5-inch Creative Station with repositionable adhesive. So that will hold that stencil in place temporarily, long enough for me to get some pretty ink pushed through it. And I just need to find my purple. Okay, so I'm using the Dusty Concord. Just sort of press and swish. This way it doesn't bend up your stencil, and you can actually get several uses out of it. So all of those dies that you might have at home, you can simply create your own stencils from. And it's okay if you go outside the stencil, it'll add a little bit of shading. So now I've got my colors on. I want to add some more texture here, so I'm going to use a background stamp. I'm using Ranger's Archival Jet Black ink. It's a waterproof ink once you heat set it. So if we wanted to spritz this with a shimmer mist, I can heat set it and my ink's not going to run. So you can see that. And we'll take off the stencil, and you can see the pretty shadowing you get from the Dusty Concord ink. So I'm just going to heat set this a bit. Now I'm just going to go back and add some more Distress ink, same colors we started with in the beginning. What this does is it sort of tones down the harshness of the black Archival ink. It'll make the stencil fade into the background a bit. And by overlapping those colors, we're still creating some really nice color variations on here. You can already see how that has softened out the black and add some more color to the stencil. So I want to add another little bit of stamping here, so I'm going to use a butterfly stamp. I want it to look a little bit worn and aged, so after I ink my stamp up, I'm just going to take a rag and wipe off some of that ink. A nice quick huff always brings your ink back to life. And you can see how we've got that. I'm going to heat set this because I want to spritz this with a shimmer mist and I don't want my black ink to run. Alrighty, I've got a shimmer mist here somewhere I made up last night. And it seems to have disappeared. So we're just going to spritz it with a little bit of color here. Now if you let that sit for just a few seconds, you can see how the distress ink starts to bleed and wick out. You can just let it go. It can bleed out as much as you like, and then when it gets to where you like the look, you just stop it with a heat gun. And I don't know if you can see that shimmer. This is a homemade Perfect Pearls mist. You see that shimmer on there. And there you have it.